Hey, Mariner fans. Welcome back to another episode of Monday Mojo. This is episode 78. My name is Max Schwabi. I'm with Chris Sobba and Evan Barron. Mr. Zweifel is still on vacation in Anacortes, we believe, or maybe Moses Lake or Yakima. We're not sure, but he's going to be back, and he's hopefully going to come back in a big way. Listen, Mariners went 3-3 since we last went live for you. And I don't know, before I start off this episode, this podcast being my usual negative Nancy self, maybe we focus on some of the good things of the week, right? Okay. Most notably, obviously, we're going to go into the games into detail, but, Tuesday, Mariners came out on top of the Angels, absolutely dominating 11-2. That's the kind of shit that we know that we are capable of. And I'm so hoping that we see more of that. So we'll dive into that. Saturday, we also saw Tom Murphy's first freaking hit of the season. And he wanted the goddamn ball after he hit it. Which, good for you, Tom.
What, Max? What's wrong with wanting your ball after your first
good
hit?
for you, Tom. Long over, but you're that excited about your first hit of the season this late in the season. No, but we're happy for Tom. What else, Chris? What else are we going to focus on today?
Well, let's pause on Tuesday. That 11-2 win. It was a lot of fun to watch. Bats were electric. AJ Pollock and Teoscar Hernández, they came alive. They did their things. Their first hits as Seattle Mariners. And one of the things that we've talked about before, with the TV service that I have, the streaming, whatever.
Yeah, the illegal cheating one.
It's not illegal, but it's just awesome. That's all it is. And I can get in the game, and I am able to watch different broadcasts, as we've talked about before on episodes prior, right? That game, I was watching the Angels broadcast, and what was funny, this is just a small little story, but it was funny. I was watching AJ Pollock, and it was in his at bat right before he hits his second home run. The Angels announcers, they're going, oh, and here's AJ Pollock. He's up to bat. They're doing his thing. And then the announcer goes, yeah, he's got 4 ribbies. He goes, oh, wait, no. Make that 3. And right after the announcer goes, make that 3, AJ Pollock hits the ball. And he goes, oh, no, make it 5. It was an obvious home run off the bat. He goes, oh, no, that's 5, right? 5 RBIs. Never mind. I was wrong. And I was dying. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
So you had access to the Angels service, the streaming service?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I can watch the away. I can watch the home. And it's always interesting to watch the away feed, because this day and age of Mariners baseball, we have a reputation. We have I don't know if a standard, but we're expected to be a good ball club. We have expectations.
Yeah, that's what it is
around the league. And it's fun to hear them talk about us, to hear them talk about how good Julio Rodriguez is, how good our bullpen is, how good our starting pitching is. And, it's not like I've been used to hearing other fan bases talk about us like that. And it's always fun to hear their perspectives. And so,
yeah.
I was doing that Tuesday.
Well, I mean, I totally hear you, and they should be talking about us, right? Like, for the longest time, and we've said this multiple times on this podcast, right? We know what Mariners fans have been through. That's why we made this podcast, by the fans, for the fans. Now, we're finally getting our recognition. And I said this last week, and again, I'm going to say this, you can take this with a grain of salt. We, it's frustrating that we haven't come out of the gate with the momentum that we had last year. That is true. And don't roll your eyes at me, Chris.
I'm rolling my eyes at you, man.
Dude,
it's 162 games.
I'm very much aware of that. And you better believe I'm still doing this podcast because I know for a fact that we can turn it around. It's just, why at the beginning of the season, when we have all this momentum, yes, we can pick it back up, but think about how special it would be, like, if we started off like, what, we're 4-6 now,
like Tampa Bay, who's 9-0, best.
No, I don't expect that. I'm just talking 7-3. Like, that's something that we can be like, okay, Mariners are back and we mean business. But right now, maybe Teoscar and Kolten Wong are getting used to the new ball club, the new atmosphere, whatever. But Evan and I were talking before you came back from your little restroom break, which God only knows what happens in there. Kolten Wong is 2 for
a lot. 2 for a lot.
2 for 27.
Yeah.
Right?
He did at least get a sack fly in Sunday's game to try and help us get the win, but that didn't happen.
Nice. Yeah, well, he's got 2 RBIs. Meanwhile, we've got our staple guys. Suarez is leading the team with 15 hits. Again, this is coming to you on Monday. 15 hits for Suarez, 14 for Ty, and 13 for Julio. And another shout out, we talked about this during spring training. Jarred Kelenic is 8 for 28 with a 286 batting average. And even had 3 hits on Sunday's extra inning loss, which we'll get into in just a moment. But that's really reassuring to see. What we need to see is our new guys come up and really prove who they prove their fullest
when you
potential.
say new guys, you're not talking about our prospects. Just to clarify for our listeners, you're talking about Kolten Wong, you're talking about Teo, you're talking about
Tommy LaStella. I'm talking about AJ Pollock.
Sure,
yes,
the new
exactly.
guys that
yes.
are veterans.
That's what I mean. Yes. Okay. What were you gonna say? You lost your mind there for a second.
It's my dog's birthday. April 10th. I almost forgot. It's my dog's birthday. So
happy birthday, Goosey.
Yes, happy birthday, Goosey.
Quack quack, honk honk. No, they make honk honk noises.
This is the noise they make. Let's see if I need both hands for this. I need both hands.
No, that's a duck.
Geese, duck, whatever.
Dude, learn your organisms, man. Now,
animals. Oh,
I said organisms, animals, same thing. What I want to see more of is Sam Haggerty. What do you guys think of that?
I love to see more of Sam Haggerty, and I think if give him more chances. I see that Kolten Wong has been getting too many chances, and Kolten Wong is not fucking doing anything with those chances. And I'm not writing him off. No way am I going to write Kolten Wong off yet. I don't know why it seemingly is very difficult for us to find a solidified second baseman. Adam Frazier wasn't the guy. Kolten Wong is not going down the right track. But again, it's April 10th. It's very, very, very early in the season.
Yes.
Give me another month. Still going the same, direction. Oh, okay. Be a little bit more worried, but I'm not worried right now.
Yeah,
I'm not worried right now. I think that the Mariners are going to be fine. As a Seattle Mariners fan, I'm not deterred by this start at all because on June 19th last year, we're 10 games under 500, and that's halfway through the fucking season.
That's right. Evan, please.
Yeah, just give my spiel on it. I think we're
fine. Go ahead. Give your spiel.
Yeah, I'll give my spiel. I think that after the Cleveland series, us taking 2-3, and we can dive into that a little bit more. I think that was a great confidence booster after bouncing back from the first series where Cleveland came in and took 3 or 4 from us. And so we should have had yesterday's game, unfortunately. But, you saw Marco Gonzalez throw a really good outing on Saturday. You see JK coming along. And I think another new guy, we really haven't talked much about yet, but I think Teoscar's, just starting to kind of get warmed up a little bit. I mean, you saw those 2 home runs that he pimped on against the Angels. Basically, he just hits the ball so hard. So once the ball leaves his bat, who knows where it's going to go. But I'm on Chris's side right now where it's like, don't need to overreact right now. I obviously would love to see us come out of the gate, but
true,
it's a long season. So I think taking 2 or 3 from Cleveland, which is a playoff team, a team that won the division last year in the AL Central, is a good step in the direction. And we have the Cubs this week. What a great way to just kind of, build off of that and, keep it going. So,
yeah, I agree. And so, I mean, look, so if does it make sense for us to start down from the top of the week, starting from Monday, going through the games?
Sure.
Okay. Monday, Angels take that game 7-3. AUNU Suarez 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, JP 2 for 3. Right. Bats weren't necessarily alive that game outside of that. But look, did we face Shohei on Monday, or was it?
We faced him.
That was
on
Wednesday.
It was
We faced
Wednesday.
him
I
on
went to the
Wednesday.
game and saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that your first time seeing Shohei live?
Seen him pitch live.
Pitch
I saw
live,
him, I saw him when the Angels played the Mariners in 2021. I think it was like one of those that last series. I saw him pimp on a ball, but yeah, this is my first time seeing him pitch, and he's the real deal.
He
I
is
mean,
the
he
real
got
deal,
Teoscar swinging on a lot of sliders. The Mariners kind of worked the count early on, and he thought, he had a lot of walks, but then eventually, he settled in and, proved why he is pretty much the best player in the game right now.
Yeah. I got no quarrel with that take.
I'll say also one thing, where we're at in the season. Yes, be annoyed when we're not winning. Be annoyed at that shit for sure. But also, it's early in the season. Baseball's back. Like, allow yourself to enjoy what you're watching. It's tough, right? But I was finding myself on Sunday's game, just for example here, when both teams score in the first inning. Nothing happens until the ninth. Both teams score in the ninth, and then both teams score every extra inning. It was a lot of fun to watch.
You're talking about Sunday's game?
Yes, I'm talking about Sunday's game. It was a lot of fun to watch because we're having our no-name pitchers, Gabe Spire, who's been doing fucking awesome. I think that's his last name. I could be butchering it, but his first name's Gabe. He's been doing phenomenal. Our lefty out of the pen, who we brought up. When Robbie Ray went down. Trevor Gott been doing phenomenal. But these guys, like our normal guys, Munoz, Paul Sewald, Matt Brash, like our normal bullpen guys are doing great. But on Sunday we had there was Bukauskas who did not do whatever. I don't think he didn't do well, but we had some of these no-namers kind of holding their own and kind of doing some pretty damn good things up until we gave up, up until we lost. But I'm seeing their hitters do some things that they should be doing, making good plays. Teoscar's ball that hit his glove in the ninth inning, I wish it got caught, but it was a pretty fucking good hit and it's really windy. It's I don't know. I'm finding myself more appreciating watching the good baseball back and forth between the Guardians and the Mariners, whomever it is that we're playing. It's just good to see good baseball. Although we pimping ain't easy, neither is sweeping. Sweeping ain't easy. And we almost did it to the Cleveland Guardians. They're really fucking good, but we couldn't do it through Sunday, which is damn it, but it's okay.
Yep. Well, here's the thing. You and I were texting during Sunday's game. Obviously, the what was it, 7-6 loss in 12 innings. It was good back and forth baseball, but me, when I'm watching the Mariners and we're the away team, right? Away team in extra innings has that disadvantage. So it's important to, capitalize on certain situations. And the reality is we didn't, right? You're right. Spire came in, was lights out, had a lot of pressure. Mariners debut, extra innings, obviously.
Not Mariners debut. Definitely wasn't his Mariners debut.
Excuse me?
It was not his Mariners debut, but he played well.
One of our relievers, it was his Mariners debut.
Wasn't Trevor though. Wasn't Gabe Spire though.
Shoot. Okay.
I think it was. I don't know who it was, but
it doesn't matter. He's still new to the club, right? And to make a name for himself, that was very impressive. Now, when it came down to the 11th and 12th inning, right? 11th inning, we're up 5-3. Bukauskas came in, didn't look confident, and wasn't hitting his spots, which was incredibly frustrating. He got out of the jam, obviously allowed it to get tied again. Top of the 12th, Mariners come, score another run, 6-5. And here I'm thinking, okay, now we're going to bring in someone like Penn Murphy, who's going to close it down. Total confidence in that guy. Here's why. Say that again.
His slider is so good.
His slider is ridiculous. And you would think that would have closed down the inning. Now, here's the issue. Obviously, shit started falling apart because of that fluke pickoff attempt at second base, right?
Yep.
We do not blame that on Penn Murphy. We blame it on either, Cal Raleigh, but which, you can't hate Cal Raleigh, but you can place a little bit of blame on him, or Scott Service, right? Penn Murphy, had he not done that pickoff move, which I don't think was necessary in the slightest, we would have won that game. Period. End of story. I think. Why are you smiling, man? What?
Oh, I'm curious because as we were talking about before that we started recording, I was completely in the exact same boat, right? No blame on Penn Murphy.
Yes.
However, I mean, you're the one who actually threw the ball. It came off of your arm. It came out of your brain. Your
Sure.
brain functions, your motor functions told you to cock your arm back, to throw the ball to second base. But
Because Penn Murphy is thinking about striking out the side and getting out of the inning. He is not thinking about doing one of the hardest pickoff moves that a pitcher can make.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're not.
I mean, it's a do or die situation. It's late in the game and you're tired of this back and forth and you want to close it down once and for all. You want to go for the sweep. He is not thinking about a pickoff move. Obviously, that pickoff move was called and it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
So,
all right, fine. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So
I do. He was the messenger. He was the messenger, essentially.
No, he was the undertaker. I think Cal Raleigh was the messenger,
but it's always
Scott
don't
Service
shoot
was
the messenger.
mastermind.
The saying goes, don't shoot the messenger.
And I'm not shooting Cal Raleigh. I'm shooting Scott Service for that call.
But wouldn't Penn be the kind of the messenger in this situation?
He's the one that carries that. A messenger is not the one that carries out the action.
Well, it kind of is.
Okay.
Like you're delivering the bad news. You made the bad news. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm going down a rabbit hole.
But no, it was frustrating. But you know what? That is baseball. And to your point, and I hate to admit it, it was a ball game. It was good back and forth. Just very frustrating to see the Mariners come up short when we had many opportunities to come away with the sweep, which would have been a great momentum shifter into Chi-Town, my town.
Ooh, yes, sir. And let me tell you, one of the scariest looking bad men ever in the box. Josh Bell terrifies me.
Yeah,
when he's in the box, the fact that he's hitting like 0.08 something. He's having a terrible start. And every time he was up to bat, I was watching the Sunday's game with my family during Easter. My sister's boyfriend and I were watching. We're both just like, God damn, he looks so terrifying in the box. Yeah. Like he's due. Any one of these hits, he's due for a walk-off. And unfortunately, that never happened. We still lost. But that lineup, Oscar Gonzalez, also, the dude's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like that Cleveland lineup, it's I'm glad that it came out that we're done with them. It's April 10th. We're done with them. The really important thing about yesterday, about Sunday, unfortunately, with losing that game, Cleveland holds the tiebreaker over the Seattle Mariners. Come September, for example, and season's over. If we had won that game, we hold the tiebreaker. Now Cleveland holds the tiebreaker. So that actually did have a little bit more weight in it than I think a lot of people may have realized.
Yeah.
We'll see if that comes to any sort of mattering at the end of the season. Any fruition. But that's food for thought.
Yeah. Who else do we want to talk about? What about
Cal Raleigh?
Yeah.
Hey, look at speaking of the devil, he's shall appear. Sunday's game. He opened up the scoring with his first homer of the year.
Yep.
That was great to see. The dude almost went down to a knee to get that, and he pulled it over the right field wall. So that was really great to see. That's what I had on Cal Raleigh.
Well, I don't know. I'm he's already at batting 242, which is a solid average for someone like Cal. We expect to see a lot more home runs from him. 7 RBIs. He leads the team.
There you go.
And Gino, they're both tied with 7 RBIs. But I'm also excited for Cal Raleigh. And if I haven't already said it already, which I'm pretty sure I have, Jarred Kelenic is thankfully impressing me. Just like we said at the beginning of the season,
He is so not pull happy anymore. He's driving the ball to left field. It's so good to see. And he's taking that ball that he hit in Sunday's game. It was last innings, and Jarred's up to bat. He gets 0-2 count real quick, too quick. I did not like it. And he worked his ass back to a 3-2, and he almost hit a bomb. He hit that double with, I think Gino was on second base, and
that's right.
He hit the double after going down 0-2, and everybody, I'm sure, is like, oh, here we go. He's done. He's writing him off in this at bat. And then he battles back and does what Jarred Kelenic hasn't done. But we've known he can do, but we haven't seen him do. And we're seeing more and more of it. And God damn it. I think we were right. I think we were right. I think you were right. I think we were right.
Yeah.
He is not done.
What I'm hearing is Jarred Kelenic is becoming a smarter hitter.
Yes.
Because when he gets down in those holes, not only is he dealing with the mental block.
It's that. I think that's what it is, dude. It's that's because in one of the post-game interviews earlier this week, somebody was asking him about the team and stuff, and it was one of the games where we were losing. We came back to win. Maybe it was Saturday, maybe it was Friday. I don't know. But somebody's asking Jarred, what do you think worked? And he goes, man, I was in the outfield, and just he's touched on the mental toughness of the team and how it doesn't matter if we're down a couple runs or whatever. Mentally, every single one of us is in such a good spot that we know that there's no need to be worried at any point in the game. And he was just kept touching on the mental part of it. And that's the biggest concern any of us have had on Jarred is his mental toughness. Is he going to be able to overcome his own self, really, his own thoughts? And he seems to be on the right track, and his numbers are not lying. They're backing it up.
Absolutely. One other shout out that I wanted to give, we've been talking shit about him for quite some time. Marco, Evan had mentioned on Saturday, he's impressing me. He's, he's proving me wrong, just like Cal Raleigh.
Proving all of us wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Just like Cal Raleigh proved me wrong last year, right? I like to get proved wrong when it comes to the Mariners exclusively. Nothing else, though. So wait.
Are you saying on April 10th, 2023, that you were wrong about Marco Gonzalez, or are you still? It's early in the season. That's what I'm saying. It's early in the season.
I'm cautious, okay, but I'm saying he is in the process of proving me wrong.
Okay,
which I'm sure a lot of our listeners are like, dude, this Schwabi guy is the biggest jackass when it comes to pessimism, and I take that title. Right. It's good to have a healthy balance on this show because you're the optimist. I'm the pessimist. But we both have the same grand vision in mind. Sure.
Well, what's speaking of grand vision, we got a grand series coming up. Starting today on April 10th, ladies and gentlemen, against Chi-Town. What up, Kanye West? Yeah. Anyways, Chi-Town. We got Luis Castillo versus the man who we signed back in 2016, maybe 2015 or 16, who in spring training went to go pitch for USA in the World Baseball Classic. Drew Smiley, ladies and gentlemen, who never pitched a game for your Seattle Mariners because he got hurt in the World Baseball Classic.
God damn.
So we get to play Drew Smiley today against Luis Castillo. This should be fun. Luis Castillo, everybody knows Luis Castillo. I'm not worried about the Chicago Cubs. I mean, Drew Smiley's at 0-1 with an 11.57 ERA. Let's run you out of town, Drew. I'm excited for today. I love Chicago. I love Chicago Cubs. I don't like Chicago itself. I've actually never been.
Chicago's a great city. I got nothing to talk bad about in Chicago.
Sure. It's cold as shit from what I understand. And I'm sick.
Oh my God.
It's a city, man. The city
people. It's about the people. The people in Chicago are freaking top tier.
Home is not a place, it's a person. It's all about the people, baby. It's all about the people. And the people battling. Do we have our lineup set for today? Probably not. It's pretty early in the day. But I love Chicago. One of the coolest things that they have is, again, I go back and forth myself, Max, all the fucking time. I said I don't like Chicago. Now I just said I do love it.
Yeah.
I love parts of what people have told me. And where I'm going with this is across the street of Wrigley Field. It's one of the coolest bars in the world called Sluggers. Seattle, we have our own Sluggers.
I don't think it's across the street from Wrigley, but I have been.
It's from what I've heard. From what I've heard.
Are you going to ask me if I've been there?
No, I'm not going to ask. I'm just telling the fans, the listeners, that there's this bar called Sluggers next to Wrigley Field that has batting cages in the bar. And so you can go before you go to Wrigley, before you go to a game with your boys, you can have pictures on pictures on pictures on pictures while you're hitting bombs like Julio.
I've been there before, and it's a freaking blast. I went to Chicago for Halloween weekend. I want to say 2018 or something.
Who do you know in Chicago?
Brian McFall, dog.
And I thought he was Wall Street.
Excuse me?
I thought he was on Wall Street.
No, he used to work in an investment bank in New York City, which is not the same as Wall Street. And now he works in an investment bank in Chicago, which... Okay, not relevant. One thing I wanted to say, the key to the series of this week, right? Tuesday against the Angels in the 11-2 win, Mariners had 13 hits. Even Wednesday, 8 hits. Thursday, we had the day off. Friday, we had 10 hits. Saturday, we had 11 hits. This is it, right?
How many do we have Sunday?
Sunday, well, in 12 innings of play, we had 9, which, I don't necessarily count that.
What you're going to get here is if we hit the ball.
You know where I'm going
Good
with
things
this?
happen?
Yeah, exactly. If we hit the goddamn ball, we can help out our star, Luis Castillo. Luis Castillo still has a 0.00000 ERA. Which
12 Ks on the season too.
12 Ks on the season. All the good things must come to an end. Something else I've noticed: Drew Smiley has an 11.57 ERA.
Where were you, man? Where were you 5 minutes ago when I said that?
You said that?
Go in one ear and out the other? Man, you don't. Yeah.
You told me that Drew Smiley was pitching.
I dropped it. I go, yeah, I said his stats.
Oh, well.
So, Chris, are you so confident the Mariners are going to beat Drew Smiley that you would lay a bet on the game for tonight?
Evan, I'm not betting on my Mariners
exactly.
anymore.
Chris learned his lesson.
I can't do that, dude.
I know you've kind of learned the lesson the hard way.
I was just mad, and I'm sick of being mad. No. If the Mariners lose and I had placed money on the game, it's a double fuck, and I double hate everything about that day, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be a fan and not put my money behind it.
Well, then bet on the Cubbies.
I got a car payment, man. I gotta start being financially responsible.
Hey, dude, I gotta move too. You gotta move. Chris.
I'm moving. Hey, speaking of,
yeah, should we address?
We can address. We've talked about it, but no, I'm moving to Charleston, South Carolina, April 22. I'm pumped.
And I'm moving to Inner Bay, Seattle, April 22, and I'm not pumped.
You're moving on April 22nd too?
Yes.
Oh wow, we're both moving on the 22nd?
That's correct.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What do you think? Do you think me, you, and Evan are gonna have a few brewskis or something before you leave?
Dude, not like with everybody. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I got too many friends. I got too many friends to make one party each. So I'm gonna make like one giant party.
I am totally in favor of that, and I'm just saying maybe the next time, and quite honestly, the last time that we record in person, next week.
Oh, we can do a little drunk episode, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little drunk episode.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're here first, Monday Mojo listeners. Next week it is Monday Mojo's first drunk history episode. I don't
know. There's something I have to tell you offline, but anyway, it'll be great. Do we have anything else for today? We're looking forward to.
It's Castillo today. It's Flexen tomorrow, and it's Gilbert, and then it's back home against Colorado. And so that should be fun. Chris Bryant still playing for Colorado. Hopefully he's still sucking butt. And I don't know. I don't care. But I'm excited, man. It's baseball. I'm not gonna be pissed off at losses yet. I will be overly excited about wins because that's more fun. But let's go. It's a good week. It's my dog's birthday. Max and I are moving soon. And the Seattle Mariners are still the Seattle Mariners.
That's right. If you're listening in Seattle, enjoy the rain. The sunshine is on its way back. If you're listening around the world, peace and love. There's a lot of shit going on in the world, but what matters most is you and the Mariners. Go Mariners. Thanks for listening. Make sure to tell your friends I'm Max Schwabe with Chris Sobba and Evan Barron. We love you all.